Okay, so I wanted to give you a little hangar tour. I mentioned on my blog that I was going to come out here and build those shelves back there and do some other things, but this hangar I've been renting since January. In fact, when I got the airplane home on January 8th, I put the airplane in this hangar, and of course today it's December 21st, and I'm still here. So it's kind of like my little home away from home. But I've been so focused as far as my aviation pursuits, I've been so focused on the airplane itself that I really haven't put a lot of organization into the hangar quite yet. But today I'm about to leave, but I've spent the better part of 4 hours out here, and I've been really working on getting this place nice. So I want to give you a little tour. This is hangar number 98 at Bartow Regional Airport, which is KBOW, Bravo Oscar Whiskey. And this is my airplane. It's a 1974 Cherokee 140, and November 32052. And it's the first airplane I've ever owned, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It does have some little issues and some little gremlins, but what airplanes don't. But I just absolutely love it, and I'm really looking forward to a long-term relationship with this airplane. I mean, I'm not saying that it'll be the last one I ever own, but I really do plan on owning it for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm still flying this thing in 15 to 20 years, honestly. But things change. I mean, I'm not gonna sign a contract on that, but it's not the fastest thing around. It doesn't have a baggage door. It's basically a two-person airplane. I get all that, but for my mission and my life, it's perfect for me. So little by little, I'm gonna make it better and better and get a GPS in it and put some nicer avionics in it and all of that. But for now, it flies really well. I've flown it 86 hours since I bought it. That's tack time. So if you convert it to Hobbs time, I've flown it probably 100 to 105 hours in year number 1. And it looks better than the day I brought it home by far. But anyway, so this is my hangar. This is one of the nicest hangars at this airport. This building, which contains, I believe, 20 hangars, something like that, is, I think, the newest building. So they had me on a long wait list, and I went ahead and when my name came up, they said, well, we got a hangar for you, but it's one of the expensive ones. And I said, fine, I'll take it. And since then, they've had some cheaper ones open, but to me, it feels like home. I just really like it in here. So far I can afford it. I don't plan on that changing, so I'm just gonna keep on paying the bill. And I made it through 1 year of paying the bill, and I still got food on the table, so that's a good thing. But just a little tour, since I just spent the last 4 hours cleaning this thing up. So there's a bike. Usually there's 2 of them in here, but I keep that here mainly so I can drive over to the mechanic, or I should say ride over to the mechanic, or there's a bathroom complex kind of a little ways away, or if I'm just in the mood to ride around, I can do that. I've got a bike rack right there, which basically I can take that bike home by just slipping that rack into the receiver on my truck. So it is really kind of big. It doesn't look big there, but when you take that home and put it into the garage, it actually takes up a lot of space. So, but the hangar just swallows it, so it's nice. I just got done sweeping this floor, so it's very, very nice. And let's come around this way. As you can see, I don't keep a lot of things up on these ledges. I used to, but I just built these shelves, which we're gonna get to, and I'm trying to take things off these ledges. I have a couple of things, but right there is a wing to a RC airplane, this one right here. And I figured this is kind of like the bike rack thing. Like when you bring that home, it takes a lot of space. but if I bring it here, it works well. So I have 2 remote control airplanes in here. This one here actually isn't done. You can tell it doesn't have a motor on it. This one here I built back in 2004. It's 2018 now, about to be 2019, so that thing is going on 15 years old. But I built that from a kit. That's not one of those ARFs. That's an actual kit built thing. You know, in terms of kits, it's a pretty simple one. There's obviously kits that are a lot more challenging than that, but you know, I built it when I was 22 years old, and I think the motor might be a little seized up. I turned the prop and it did turn, but if I ever want to fly that again, I need to put some work into that motor probably, or just buy a new one. You could buy a new motor. That's an OS AX 0.46. I could probably buy one of those for 115, 130 bucks. They may be a little more now. I may be thinking in 15-year-old numbers, but I keep these here mainly because I like them, and they're so cumbersome at the house, and it is an airplane hangar, so what better place. This here is a bumper to my Suburban. When I bought the thing, the previous owner had jackknifed a trailer, and it sort of put a split in my bumper. So I bought a new bumper for the Suburban about 4 years ago, and I just haven't put it on. There's no excuses for it, I just haven't. I guess it dropped in priority, but yeah, it's just sitting in there, and one day I'll probably bolt it on if I have a spare day, which I don't foresee. These are floor mats from my wife's car. Little bench that I used to use. I go to the gym now, so I don't really use that, but I haven't gotten rid of it yet. Back when we did SB 1006, I had to buy a bunch of buckets in order to get all the fuel out of the tanks, and these are left over from that. But you know, they come in handy for washing and other things. These are the shelves that I just built. They actually went together very well. No issues really at all. This is $125 worth of shelving, so it's really not that bad. And I actually got a $100 Amazon gift card at work for just a little attaboy sort of thing for Christmas, and so I spent $24.09 of my own money on these shelves, so that's a pretty good deal. And basically I took all the crap that was all over the floor and everything, and I put it on the shelves, and what's amazing is most of this thing is empty still. So I mean, there's so much room for so many things. So, but I've got stuff up here. These are actually the back seats to my airplane, which I don't think I'm ever going to put in. We'll see. This is that Narco MK12 that fried. If you're a follower of my blog, that's the one that I bought for $400. That worked for 3 months, and it does not work now. There's my old turn coordinator. Some magneto stuff up there, just a bunch of cleaning stuff, whatnot, some GPS, a bunch of oil, some filters. I got some Blackstone Labs oil analysis kits in the back, tools, and just gobs of space. So I can fit a bunch more stuff in here, but this whole wall just looks really good to me. Here's the wing to the LT40 that I showed you, and we got a vacuum cleaner. I use that to clean out the inside of the plane probably every couple of weeks. I'm pretty anal about keeping it nice in there, so I keep that. Extension cord, and of course here's the airplane. And cruise over here. I've got the extension cord sort of routed. You can see I sort of have it routed around these bolts, because everything I'm ever going to do is going to originate from here, but yet the plug is over there. So I just sort of route it here and wrap it around the bolts and get the job done. Here's the 2 chairs I have. I'm hoping to get some better chairs in the not too distant future, but that's what we got. And I got a little fridge. This is a cup of 5606 that I need to dispose of properly. So I'm just gonna leave it there for now and eventually pour it in with some used oil that I have and dispose of it. But for now, I'll just leave it there. I got a fridge full of drinks, and there's my air compressor. So there's the door out. So that is the hangar. So I'm pretty proud of it, and this is the cleanest it's ever been. It really is, other than when I just first moved in. So I had screws all over. I had little projects of yestermonth scattered around, and they've all been confronted and sorted through. And this is a hangar that I can be proud of. There's more room to come. Obviously, I'm going to get probably a love seat or something in here. Might even go so far as to hang a few things. Maybe I can find some cool aviation things and hang them, just kind of turn it into a little bit of a man cave. But that's it, and that's the hangar. So this is where most of my money goes. So nah, that's really not accurate. I would say not most of my money goes here, but certainly a respectable chunk goes here, not only to buy that thing and keep it maintained, but to keep this hangar rented. You just, what you're looking at here represents a lot in my world, and so I just wanted to share it. So I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for watching the video. It's really windy out there today. We're talking 30-knot gusts, so there's no way in hell I'd fly today, but it's supposed to be quite a bit better tomorrow, and I am planning on flying tomorrow, and I'm planning on flying on Sunday. So I'll probably fly both days if I can. But so that is the hangar. Catch you later on.